Don't swear. Don't joke. Don't listen to certain types of music. Don't be seen in pubs, nightclubs, dark alleys. Don't dress inappropriately. Don't shop on Sundays. Don't have too much fun, okay? With a misleading list like this, you could think that Christianity is more about what we don't do rather than what we can become. And you could be forgiven for thinking that Christians are just boring or spend most of their time just trying to follow a bunch of rules. But if you were to read a full gospel, I don't think you would say that Jesus was boring or that he acted as some sort of a rule enforcer. He was more concerned about people understanding the fullness of life, and so any Christian who gets this should reflect it. However, truth be told, our society actually really values rules. Like, take away the rules of the road and the motorways would be mayhem. Take away the rules from the local zoo and you'll be afraid to leave your house. Heck, take the rules away from school and it would be Now, some rules in this world are truly bonkers. In Florida, USA, it's illegal to pass wind in a public place after 6 p.m. on Thursdays. In Japan, it's illegal to be overweight, the same country that brought us sumo wrestling. Only a registered electrician can change a light bulb in Victoria, Australia. And in Ireland, apparently a free man of Dublin City is allowed to graze livestock on public greenery, which our own U2's Bono took full advantage of in the year 2000. When it comes to faith, however, rules and principles come into effect as a way of bringing value to our lives. Earlier we were chatting about the Sabbath, that one day a week in which we're asked not to work. I really love this principle because it helps me to build a rhythm around my life of rest and work. And it also reminds me on an emotional level that I'm not defined by what I achieve. It's also part of the reason why we have a weekend today, so we should be grateful for this part of religion, at least. The problem when rules become the sole focus of Christianity is the type of person it produces, like hypocrites, judgmental types, or people who struggle with a superiority complex. They, by keeping the rules, think they're better than other people, and so they elevate themselves and downgrade others. What's interesting is that this was one of the things that Jesus was quick to speak against, and as he often loved to do, he told a parable about it to hammer home his point. In this story, there was a tax collector and a religious leader that found themselves side by side praying in a temple not unlike this one.
The religious leader prayed, "Oh God, I thank you that I am not like other people, robbers, crooks, adulterers, or heaven forbid, like this taxman. I fast twice a week and tithe on all of my income." The tax collector prayed, "God, give mercy, forgive me, a sinner." Jesus' response puts the whole thing in perspective. He elevates the heartfelt response of the tax collector, who recognized his mistakes and looked to God for forgiveness. But Jesus strongly warned the religious leader by saying, "If you walk around with your nose in the air, you're going to end up flat on your face."
It's not that he's wrong for keeping the rules, but that's all he's doing, and he thinks he's great for doing it. He became proud and hateful towards others. He thinks God owes him, or that he's entitled above everyone else. But what he's forgetting is the most important commandment of all, to love the Lord your God with all your heart and to love your neighbor as yourself. Christianity has always been a relational thing between God and those he has created. What I find interesting is that the efforts that this religious leader goes to keep the rules, at the same time he's destroying what should matter most to him, his relationship with God. If anything, we as Christians should be the best example of humility. We are the family of misfits and screw-ups who recognize our shortcomings but know the freedom that God's forgiveness brings. So following rules or principles for me is only in the context of trying to live like Jesus. How we spend our time, our money, what we're like as friends, family members, boyfriends, girlfriends, are all shaped by the life of Jesus. He gave his life for me, and that's why I'm so passionate about trying to live like him.